Hello, everyone. This is a Fox Hunter. Well, this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna try to stream. Huh. Well, the first time where I'm actually streaming, and this time I will not. I will try not to delete this recording. I'm going to power through and see how far I can get without making any uh, devastating mistakes. So let's see. I don't like this filter. Let me just take it off. Yeah, my lips, they look like they were kind of pink. Anyway, yeah, uh, welcome. And this is going to be a tryout. This is a testing stream to see if to get ready for tomorrow's main event. In case that you guys don't know, tomorrow I will be streaming in real time, and I'll be attempting to debunk some. Uh, Tomorrow I'm gonna try to debunk a video from Matt at the internet, where he was talking about Gonzalo Lira, Coach Red Pill. And there were a bunch of things that I thought he got wrong. And I'm going to use AI to debunk what he got wrong about that stream, which happened over a year ago on Halloween of 2024. I'm not sure if it was the exact day on Halloween, but the point is that it took me this long to finally try to debunk that video because I didn't know, it wasn't for sure how to approach it. It's a long stream that he performed. It's almost over 3 hours, and I thought that making a video debunking that stream that he made one step at a time was going to be kind of exhaustive, and people were going to stop watching halfway through. That's why I didn't know how to approach it. I said at that time that I was going to debunk it, and some people were disappointed that I never got around to do it. So this time I'm finally going to do it. And well, there's an explanation why it took me this long also. It's because I my real job didn't permit me to do a stream. It's very hard for me to do streams without being interrupted because of the nature of my job. In case you guys, well, obviously you guys don't know, my real job is I'm a caregiver. I take care of my dad who is disabled, and this weekend, my family went to Vegas and they took my dad. So now I'm here alone in my house, in my home. And because of that, I have a little bit of freedom to stream without being interrupted. In case you guys don't, if you guys don't notice, there's a brown spot in the back. That's my dog. That's one of my dogs. Hopefully they will not interrupt me either, and I'll be able to get through these in one shot. Tomorrow will be the main event, but today I am going to debunk three quick small videos, and I will do it without using AI. Tomorrow is gonna be the main event. Tomorrow is gonna be the AI stream where I'm going to be debunking that long video, that long stream video that he did over a year ago. But today, without using AI, I'm just gonna debunk some videos one at a time. So let's see. Let me see if this is working. I want to check if my stream is being can be seen. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me check on my channel. Let me see if I can see myself. Uh, well, it says there that it's live. Let's see. Let me see if this is working. I
Yep.
want to check if
Yep.
there I
If
am.
my
My stream is being all right. All right. Yep, it's working. I am live. I don't know if anybody's watching. I don't know. Well, I don't have anybody on the chat, which is good because since this is my first time, I'm not sure if I will be able to, balance the chat box and at the same time doing all the debunking. So I want to focus on debunking this YouTube, this Gonzalo Lira Coach Red Pill videos. Okay, so let's go to the first one. Let me see. I'm going to, let's see, screen capture. Hold on one second. All right, there it goes. This is gonna be my first subject of debunking. This fellow right here, he tagged me in this video complaining that I was talking pissing on Gonzalo Lira's grave, and he's not okay with that. He claims that the main reason why he's not okay with doing that is because his kids, his Gonzalo Lira's children, could be watching these videos of people, talking shit about Gonzalo Lira, and that will harm them for some reason. Well, let's watch the video really fast, and then I'm going to stop a little bit at every time I need to debunk something from him or correct him. This one is a small video. Let me see how long is this video. Oh, it's only 5 minutes, 4 minutes 25 seconds, right? So I'm going to play it, and I'm going to pause it every time I want to debunk something that he say. Okay, so here it goes.
Do you know what's a kick in the tanja? Is the amount of people that keep pissing on people who are dead. Now I'm talking directly about Coach Red Pill here. A lot of people are making videos about him now when he's already gone. My only issue with this is the fact that he's got a wife and kids, or
Mm,
ex-wife and kids,
mm,
and he's gone. And it's not some of the worst things that people have done on the internet, and people are still going on about it. I'm talking about Fax Hunter and that other real pale dude who
you say my name. You say my name.
thinks he can attract women. I'll link this video to them. The fact of the matter is, Coach Red Pill wasn't an angel, and he did some things that were questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm.
he said some things that were also facts. We've
Ooh.
got a sliding scale here between other content creators who have done things that which are questionable as well. So on one side here, you've got people who've done really dark things, and then in the middle, you've got people who have also done scams, crypto scams in particular. And then on the far side here, one of the biggest creators, it's come out allegedly that they've been not treating their staff properly. So the
Mhm.
fact of the matter is, Coach Red Pill did some things that he shouldn't have done, but why are people still talking about it? He's gone. He can't defend himself. And the fact of the matter is, again, I keep saying the fact of the matter, these content creators,
Yes.
it doesn't matter what they do because they've got panache. When they speak, people just listen.
Mm.
Like they've got some content creators who say racist things and get away with it after a while because people forgive them
Yep.
because they just come across so well. And
Mhm.
these people who like try to expose them, people don't listen to them. Look at the views. Look at my views.
Mm.
There was also a study done a few years ago where it says that people who lie a lot
Mm.
and like fabricate things are the ones who are more like popular. Which is true, I guess, because if you're someone like me who keeps telling people the truth, they don't really like it. People don't want the truth.
Mm.
Yeah? I don't understand why Fax Hunter just keeps going on and on about Gonzalo Lira. Some of the things that he said were true. Like
Mm.
the whole Russia and Ukraine war was started because Ukraine are not sticking to the Minsk agreement anymore, and they were trying to join NATO and put nuclear weapons on the border. Now, Fax Hunter thinks he's really intelligent, but do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? The USA won't allow people to put nukes right near them because it's mutually assured destruction when it's nuclear war. Like, some people just talk like they're so intelligent, and you just don't know what the fuck they're talking about half the time.
Okay. I'm gonna have to stop it right here because, well, he's claiming. Let me see if he did say that what he was saying were facts. Let me see. Hold on.
Cuban Missile Crisis.
Little, hold.
The whole Russia and Ukraine, Gonzalo Lira. Some of the things that he said were true.
Some of the things that he said were true. Like what?
Like the whole Russia and Ukraine war was started because Ukraine are not sticking to the Minsk agreement anymore.
Oh, Ukraine didn't stick to the agreement. That's what he's saying with his accent, which I really like. But it's okay. I'm not gonna. It's okay. I'm having fun. Okay, I'm sorry. I have an accent too. If you guys want to imitate it, it won't offend me. Go ahead. You know, life is short. Why so serious, right? Okay. So what he is saying is that Gonzalo Lira was speaking the truth when it came to the reason why the Russian-Ukrainian war started. Well, I got to disagree with you, my good sir. It's been more than, 3 years and the war keeps going. And it wasn't because Ukraine broke any agreements. I remember the missile crisis. Well, I wasn't born back then. I mean, I think that was back in 68, 66. I forgot the name. I love the movie with Kevin Costner, 13 Days, one of my favorite Kevin Costner movies. And let me tell you, Gonzalo Lira, he was full of shit. He lied about the reason why the Ukrainian-Russian war started, and that wasn't it. As a matter of fact, if you remember, on the days before the invasion, Gonzalo Lira was convinced that the claims from United States trying to warn Ukraine that Russia was about to invade, Gonzalo Lira didn't believe that there was going to be an invasion. So if that dumbass didn't know what Russia was going to do at that moment, where does he get off the next day claiming that it was Ukraine's fault that Russia invaded? That doesn't make sense. You're gonna claim that Ukraine was breaking the deal that was previously established by Russia, United States, and Ukraine. No, the moment Russia invaded Ukraine, they are the ones who broke the deal. And the reason why Russia invaded, well, you don't need to look any farther than the interview that Putin did with Carson. What's his name? My God, this is what happens when you stream. Sometimes your brain breaks and farts. Yeah, with Tucker Carlson. If you remember the interview that Tucker Carlson did with Vladimir Putin, in that interview, Putin never said anything about Ukraine breaking the deal, and which was the reason why they decided to invade. No, if you watch that interview, which happened a couple of months after you, my good sir, made this video, Putin specifically started talking about history, about a bunch of wrong history. But the narrative that he was giving was that Ukraine belongs to Russia because of that long bullshit history that he was talking about. So no, the reason why the war started is because Russia wants to recuperate all those territories that they lost when the USSR fell apart. That's the whole reason. You can say that I am wrong, but guess what? Putin the video, the interview Tucker Carlson did with him, with Putin, is right there. And you cannot, you might say that I'm wrong, but you cannot say that Putin is wrong. When you hear him say that the excuse for him invading Ukraine was because Ukraine has always belonged to Russia. That's the whole thing. So all that thing about the missile crisis, blah, 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 that's all bullshit. And guess what? Back in those days when Russia was putting missiles in Cuba, United States didn't went to invade Cuba right away. They did try the Bay of Pigs a couple of months ago, but that's nothing compared to what Russia did in Ukraine. So back to my explanation. Yes, when Cuba started getting missiles, Russian missiles, right there on their land, United States didn't invade Cuba or Russia. They put a blockade. They put a blockade to prevent more missiles to come in. And we were close to going to war. Once again, go watch that movie with Kevin Costner, 13 Days. Awesome movie. I love watching it. It right there you will learn. The United States never invaded Cuba when the missiles started getting placed. So comparing the missile crisis to the Russian invasion of Ukraine is wrong. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Shit. Okay. I'm getting okay. I'm getting red. Okay, let's keep going.
And they were trying to join NATO and put nuclear weapons on the border.
Bullshit.
Now, Fact Hunter thinks he's really intelligent, but do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis?
I already said that.
The USA won't allow people to put nukes right near them because it's mutually assured destruction when it's nuclear war.
Oh, wow,
Like,
really?
Some people just talk like they're so intelligent, and you just don't know what the fuck they're talking about half the
Hey.
time. And then you've got that other weasel who thinks he's a bird puller in Ukraine. I think he's in Ukraine. Talking shit about Coach Red Pill, saying, oh, he's just some fat old guy.
Yep.
Bruv, when that guy used to talk, he could be talking about gardening and people will watch it. He just had that flair. And at the end of the day, just because someone no longer is able to do something, don't mean they couldn't do it in the past. Okay, I agree that Coach Red Pill has done some things that are questionable in the past, and allegedly he did something which I totally don't agree with. But so what if he rugged his audience a little bit? All the big content creators do, you know. What I mean? And people still used to watch his videos.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that really winds people up all the time. You know that people get views and they do they do things to their audience like rug them. People are just like that, I guess. I was doing a full video to rebuttal everything that really pale guy was talking about. I got bored of it myself, so Fact Hunter needs to stop going on about Coach Red Pill.
Okay, so here he is saying that we should stop talking about Coach Red Pill and Gonzalo Lira, and that's not gonna be doable. Nope. And the reason why is because people keep making videos about Gonzalo Lira and not necessarily to debunk him or to talk shit about him. No, actually, some people are making new videos that are rewriting history or telling history wrong, making mistakes and whatnot. And that's the reason why me, after so many months of not making YouTube videos about Gonzalo Lira, that's why I decided to, jump back in one or two more times and talk more about Gonzalo Lira. And right here, this is where I'm going to explain why it is okay and it is almost necessary to talk shit about Gonzalo Lira right now that he's dead. And you know why? Because when he was alive, if you were to go after him, he will try to sue you into silence. That doesn't fly with me. when I started making videos about Gonzalo Lira, my biggest concern was it was going to be that he was going to get a hold of my videos and then try to sue me. And I was researching ways to fight back in case that asshole will try to silence me with a lawsuit. And that is true. And I'm gonna prove to you why that was true, my good sir. Well, okay, let me just play the last 20 seconds of this video.
Like, come at me, bro. God, man, people just piss me off, man.
Nope.
What a kick in the tadger.
Yep.
Can I ask you to do two things for me? Number one,
Nope.
can you hit that subscribe button
Nope.
and hit
I'm
the
not.
bell icon?
Nope.
And number two, remember,
Ah.
it's a great day. I'll see you in the next one. I've been Sonny Bye.
Okay. It's a great day. Yes, yes, my good sir. Well, okay. So you summon the thunder, and the thunder responds. Bam. This is the thunder right here. So remember this guy right here, Mr. Steve King. Well, Gonzalo Lira, before YouTube, he was already conning people out of their money. As you can read right here, yes, despite being an economic skeptic, I am frequently too trusting. So that got me stuck with this sleaze bag like Gonzalo Lira as a partner. So what happened? Well, we can read right there. This side is hold on. Yeah, let's see. Is what is it? Gonzalo Lira hijacked Steve King blog and took all of his subscribers' money. Yeah, that's what Gonzalo Lira did to this man. Steve King is a renowned economist, and Gonzalo Lira persuaded him and tried to work a deal with him to convince him that he was going to manage his blog. And when he did that, when Steve King gave all his credentials for Gonzalo Lira to manage his blog, Gonzalo Lira just hijacked it and started stealing all his subscribers' money. And it's right here. You can see it. There are a lot of documentations right there in that tweet. We call them X's now or whatever. I don't care. It says it has been hijacked by Gonzalo Lira at Mr. Wokish. He's taking all subscribers' money and ignores my demands to shut the site down. Yeah, that's something that Gonzalo Lira did. What's the matter, Shadow? The weekly Hebonic I don't know. So yeah, basically that's a story. Lots of people contributed to the membership of Steve King's scheme. It was Steve King who invited people to contribute. It is not Steve King's responsibility to refund their money. Yeah, Gonzalo Lira stole this guy's blog and was stealing all his money. He was a sleazebag. And you know why Steve King never sued Gonzalo Lira? Because it was going to be a lot of hassle. Steve King was asked, how come you're not suing Gonzalo Lira for what he did to you? And he said, no, because he's going to sue me. It's going to be more expensive to fight back than to get the money back or stop. He wasn't going to stop Gonzalo Lira. So he finally managed to shut down the blog and stop Gonzalo Lira from taking his money. And that was the major problem why you couldn't speak against Gonzalo Lira back in the day, because he will sue you. He had money. The guy was a con man. He stole money from a lot of people, and then he will reinvest that money and profit out of them. The guy, I don't think he ever did an honest day's work in his life. maybe when he wrote his books, maybe that can be considered honest, but it's also he also did a lot of things wrong when he promoted those books. I'll talk about that tomorrow on the big stream. Today, I just want to focus on these little streams. But the point is that uh, that's why it's okay to talk about Gonzalo Lira right now, because now you don't have to worry about getting a lawsuit from that asshole. Yeah, that's it. So, sorry, sir. I'm still gonna be talking shit about Gonzalo Lira and piss on his grave and dance on his grave and celebrate that he is no longer alive. And his kids, if you worry about his kids, well, let me tell you something, my good sir. Back in 2017, according to his ex-wife, Gonzalo Lira took off and went to Britain and abandoned his family in Ukraine. And a year later, when he came back, he mistreated them. He abused both his kids and his ex-wife. That's why she filed for divorce, and he relented custody of his kids. So he wasn't worrying about his kids. So if he wasn't worried about his children when he was alive, why should you worry about them? Because you're a better person? You sound like you're okay with what the guy was doing when he was alive, and now you want to white knight him and say that it's not okay to talk bad about against Coach Redpill. Hey, dude, this is the internet. There are no rules when it comes to talking shit about conmen who passed away out of their own stupid decisions. Dude, so yeah, no. I'm sorry if my videos piss you off. Sorry, but not sorry. Okay? So moving on to the next, let's see. The next video that I'm going to talk about. Let me see. This one is going to be the last one. This one right here, the dumbest crash out in YouTube. I'm going to debunk this video right here. It's 11 minutes, 13 seconds. We'll see how it goes with this one.
There have been so many crash outs on the internet, it's hard to keep count. From Johnny Somali to Nick Harris to Britney Spears. I could go on, but you guys get my point. The list is never ending and more people join it every day. And if somehow you've been living under a rock or don't keep up with the lingo people come up with online, firstly, I envy you. And secondly, let me quickly explain what I mean so that we're all on the same page. A crash out is when someone basically nukes their life for everyone to see online, whether that be relapsing on drugs or because they got the wrong toy in their Happy Meal. Honestly, people do it for all sorts of reasons. And sometimes the reason can be from the very content they decide to upload.
Okay, really fast. One thing that I do have to I have to do one thing I do want to give thanks to the creator of this video is that he's the first, as far as I know, he's the first content creator that puts Johnny Somali and those other YouTubers or TikTokers, like what's the name of the Russian guy, Vitaly? He's the first one. This is the first video where I see Gonzalo Lira put next to these other streamers, because honestly, Gonzalo Lira is one of the first cases of a live streamer who was doing harm to the community, city population where he was living. Yes, Gonzalo Lira was promoting Russian propaganda in a country that was being invaded by Russia. I mean, dude, compared to what Johnny Somali was doing, I mean, if Johnny Somali was to try to do the same thing that Gonzalo Lira was doing back in Ukraine, I mean, okay, let me rephrase that. Johnny Somali right now is stuck in South Korea because he was breaking their laws, right? How come there is no outrage about Johnny Somali being arrested for expressing his first what is it his freedom of speech rights. Nobody is defending Johnny Somali. And that's basically what Gonzalo Lira was doing in Ukraine. But you have all these right wing and anti-establishment news platforms trying to paint Gonzalo Lira as a martyr for freedom of speech. Fuck, Johnny Somali is expressing his freedoms of speech, and you don't see anybody trying to defend the guy, right? Why? Because he's an embarrassment to America. He's an embarrassment. Nobody wants anything to do with him. And the same thing will happen if everybody view Gonzalo Lira the same way. Why the fuck are you gonna be promoting Russian propaganda in a country that is being invaded by Russia? It makes no sense. But here we are. So, okay, let's keep going.
A lot of the times, these people simply can't handle the pressure of being an internet persona, or couldn't handle the consequences that their own content brought down upon them. Whatever the case may be, the very subject of this video is no different, and is a harsh reminder to the rest of us that we shouldn't always let the intrusive thoughts in our heads win. We'll be covering the infamous Coach Red Pill, also known as Gonzalo Lira, also known as the ultimate example of how not to live abroad as an expat. Gonzalo launched his original channel, cleverly named Coach Red Pill, on March 13th, 2017. And yes, I said original channel, as he would go on to make several more, which were Gonzalo Lira again, and some other streaming channel. On Gonzalo's Coach Red Pill channel, he gave completely unfiltered opinions that would put your drunk racist uncle at Thanksgiving to shame.
But I recognize the truth about women. Women are like dogs.
So far, everything's okay. So far, this video is doing good. And I was loving it. I was liking it so far. But later, you'll see where I got some problems with it, okay? I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I'm gonna put, let's see, 1.5 speed. Hold on. Yeah. Let's try 1.5 and see how fast it goes.
Now, what do I mean? You have to treat them like you would treat a dog.
Though, despite that, he did upload a lot of motivational videos that encouraged working hard and chasing your dreams.
Anything imagined by a man can be accomplished by a man. It's as simple as that.
So on one hand, you had this controversial and polarizing figure, but also a family man that promoted self-actualization. The duality of Gonzalo led to many debates online, with people arguing that he was just a sexist internet troll, while others saw him as a man who wasn't afraid to express ideas, even if they offended people. But if you look at his channel today, you'll realize he only has a couple videos on the channel, and that's because sometime during 2021, he nuked his channel for reasons we'll get into later. Gonzalo's first year or so on YouTube was spent screaming into the void.
Okay. Now, this is something that I have to mention right here, because otherwise it's gonna be if you guys don't keep it in mind, then you won't see why I get angry when I watch this type of videos that are failing on some of the basic information. You see this studio right here, this studio right there. As the guy who runs this who is talking in this video, as he mentioned, he started his first YouTube channel on March of 2017. Keep that in mind. 2017. That place where he's sitting right there, that's in Britain. I don't know if it's in London, but that was in the UK. Gonzalo Lira started his videos, his YouTube career in the UK, in the United Kingdom, in March 2017. Keep that in mind. Okay, let's keep going.
Which is, funnily enough, what I'm doing right now. Overall, his content was charismatic and quickly garnered an audience, with his channel eventually reaching over 250,000 subscribers. All seemed pretty good on the outside looking in, but behind the scenes, Gonzalo's videos were taking a toll on his personal life. With all the attention he was getting, he had become an e-celeb, even if just a relatively small one. But with this kind of attention, the place out of line was starting to get back to him, and to his wife. Gonzalo had a metric crap ton of videos about women on his Coach Red Pill channel, ranging from advice telling men to not date women who are victims of SA, to advice on how to properly cheat on your girlfriend/wife, and this.
If you meet a girl who has tattoos, know that she is crazy. No exceptions.
All the stuff Gonzalo was posting online began wrecking his marriage. Which, I mean, come on, is this a surprise to any of us?
right there, uh, that is one thing that it's just aggravating for me to hear this. Why are you saying that these videos were the reason his marriage was being harmed? Why he was getting why these videos were wrecking his marriage? That is wrong. That is wrong right there. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to let it play some more, but I'm just telling you, you'll see why I get aggravated when I hear this.
Put yourself in his wife's shoes. Your husband is on the internet implying that he trains you like a dog and bragging about his sexual escapades with other women for YouTube clout while you're stuck at home raising the children you had with him. And it's not as if they had been married all that long. According to Gonzalo, he had met his Ukrainian wife during the mid-2010s in Germany while out on a business trip. After getting married, they moved to Ukraine where they had 2 children, a boy and a girl. Now, with all this tension between them, with who knows what else going on behind the scenes, eventually the powder keg went off spectacularly. Coach Red Pill was never open about what was going on in his marriage, as he only ever explained his own behavior in the marriage and not much else. But at some point in 2019, he released a video named Rethinking Marriage. In my opinion, cracks in his relationship were momentarily being expressed in this video.
As I think about it more, I start to realize that, yeah, you should not get married. I mean, have kids if you want to with a woman that you're seeing, but there's no upside. And quite frankly, there's too much downside, too much risk. It's pointless. What exactly is the reason to get married if the marriage fails, you're going to get f***ed over righteously?
To hear a married man speak in such a way was rather strange. If you're happily married, why would you go out of your way to talk about how marriage isn't worth it and bring up how your wife could betray you? You could argue he was playing devil's advocate, but rest assured, his entire channel was a vanity project where he would only post his unapologetic opinions. And for his opinions on marriage to take a complete 180 was not only unprecedented, but the timing of it was just way too coincidental with what came next.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the thing. Gonzalo Lira was talking like this because he was living a single man's life in the UK. Gonzalo Lira abandoned his family in Ukraine in 2017. While he was in Britain starting his YouTube career, he was lying to his audience, telling them that he was having conversation with his kids, that he was seeing them often every day, and all of that was a lie. While he was in Britain, he started a relationship with another woman. So far, we only know of one woman. But later, that woman contacted via text Gonzalo Lira's ex-wife, and that's how she found out. A year later, when Gonzalo returned to Ukraine after abandoning his family for a year, that's when the marriage started collapsing because he got defensive. He attacked his wife and kids. The guy had mental issues. That's why when she divorced him, he didn't object to her keeping the kids because he was a deadbeat father. So that brings me back to what I told the other guy, that yeah, you're worrying about Gonzalo Lira's kids more than Gonzalo Lira ever did, which is, it's crazy. Why are you telling people to stop talking shit about Gonzalo Lira because he's no longer here to defend himself? Well, the guy was a shameless deadbeat father that if you ever try to confront legally, he will try to silence you. So yeah, fuck that guy, man. So yeah, okay, so let's keep going.
Sometime in 2021, Gonzalo and his wife got divorced, which could be found online when searching on Ukrainian government websites of case files.
See right there, he has the freaking paperwork. My God, he has the paperwork and he didn't bother to read it. He didn't bother to read the paperwork where it says that he abandoned his wife. My God, why didn't you read it? Why didn't you read it? Why is it because it's on freaking Ukrainian? Dude, no big deal. Let me show you. Here's the website right there. When you have a Ukrainian, you can translate it to English. No big deal. Let me see. Let's see right there. Criminal Kharkiv Court resolution. Which one is this one? Let me see. Oh, see. Let's see. Having considered the. Okay. So really fast. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Where is it? UK. Yeah. Let's let's search for UK. UK. Hmm. There's nothing there. Hold on, hold on. Where did it go? Where did it go? Gonzalo Lira. Yeah, here is Gonzalo Lira's full name. Lira Lopez Gonzalo Angel Quintillo. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Maybe this is not the right what you might call it. Maybe this is not the paperwork that I am looking for. Let's see. So the number case. Let me try again. I have 3 different saved documents about Gonzalo Lira. Let's see. Resolution for case 6385. Okay, let's see. Let's try this one. See right there. When you get that, all you do is translate it to English. And there it goes. Let's see. Criminal chosen, accused, part 2, resolution, criminal code. No, this is not it. Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad about this. What we're looking for is the paperwork. Hold on. What we're looking for is the paperwork for his divorce. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it by the number, the case number. Case number English. Let's see. 2/638/1878. Let's see if I find it. Not found. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Yeah, this is why let's see. Hold on. Resolution. Let me see. Decision. Oh, I think I found it. Hold on. Let me see. English. Plaintiff. Yeah, Chile, United States. Written address to plaintiff. Currently marital relationship defendant. Or after marriage. Oh, okay. Here it goes. Okay, in March 2017. Yeah, here is. Okay. So this document right here that our fellow say that, okay, what did he say? Hold on.
I think of it was just way too coincidental with what came next. Sometime in 2021, Gonzalo and his wife got divorced.
Sometime in 2021, his wife and him got divorced.
Which could be found online when searching on Ukrainian.
Yeah. Okay. So here is the question. Why is it that you are showing this documentation right here, but you didn't? Let me show you right here. Let me see. Yeah, right here it says. Let's see. Okay, so it says right here, the children were born in the Republic of Chile and have been citizens of Ukraine since birth. The defendant has citizenship of Republic of Chile and the United States. The defendant obviously is Gonzalo Lira. In addition to the Ukrainian citizenship, have citizenship with Chile and the United States, triple citizenship. She and her husband and 2 children, she and her husband, Ukraine to further permanent residence together. However, 2 places later, I don't know what 2 places later means. That's a translation that, is putting words differently. Let's see. Oh, wait. Oh, there's somebody. I'm sorry, I didn't saw you right there. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you, my good sir. Thank you. I'm sorry. Let me see you. Yeah, right there. Thank you. Uh, I'm struggling, but now that I have people watching me, I'm sure there won't be any pressure, right? Okay, so let's keep going. So it says, yeah, so right there, 2 places later, however, 2 places later, the man went, as he said, to Great Britain to work. Then, according to him, he worked in other countries from January 2017 to the present. He started his channel in March 2017, and he left Ukraine in January of 2017. So he got to Ukraine on November 2016, and he didn't even last half a year and just took off and abandoned his wife and kids. Oh my God. And you're going to be telling me that I should be concerned for his children when the guy didn't give a fuck about them the day that he abandoned them? Dude. Okay. I can tell that I'm going to lose my voice if I don't control myself. So, okay, let's keep watching the video. Hold on. Where were we? Where were we? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where were we? Oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta, it's on the other side. Okay, there it goes.
Government websites of case files. While names aren't mentioned, nationalities are, and the dates all line up with Gonzalo's behavior after this. I'm gonna say that the divorce in 2021 was the beginning of Gonzalo's crash out. Because after this divorce, this guy went off the deep end for no good reason. Just imagine you're him. You have kids, you have wealth, you have reasons to live, but what he would do next was so reckless and stupid, he just basically threw it all away for likes and views on YouTube. Speaking of, if anyone ends up watching this video, consider leaving a like and subbing, as I'm gonna continue to provide unique and entertaining content for you guys. During this time, he decided to straight up nuke his channel. And I mean, he got rid of hundreds of videos, years of work, just gone. He never gave an explanation as to why, but to me it seems as though he did it for the upcoming custody battle with his ex-wife. So Gonzalo was divorced, still in Ukraine making content, with it now shifting to politics. While his content...
Okay, so I had to pause it right there because he, the fellow who is who made this video is assuming that the reason why Gonzalo nuked his channel is to help him fight for his kids on court. But that is wrong because Gonzalo, he relented custody of his children without hesitation. Yeah. Dude, I had to stop saying, yeah, I'm going to start sounding like Gonzalo Lira. Oh, shit. I hope that doesn't happen. Okay, I'm going to stop saying yeah because, oh, my God, I don't want to end up with like that guy. Okay. So, yeah. Again. Okay. So, so Gonzalo Lira relented custody of his children, gave it away to his wife without a fight. So the whole nuking of his channel, I don't think it was because of that. Honestly, I think it's because Gonzalo Lira was having a crisis, a middle-age crisis, because a lot of the stuff that he was saying on his channel were all lies. He claimed that those were lessons that he learned through life, but a lot of the stories that Gonzalo told on his videos were lies. And I'm going to prove those tomorrow when I use AI to debunk Mad About the Internet video from the stream from last year. But right now, I'm just going to tell you, I don't believe in the same assumption that this fellow is saying. And listen, I like the way he edited his video and the music that he put on and everything. But the narrative that he created for this video is inaccurate. It is made up. It doesn't match with the paperwork. My God, he had the paperwork right there. Why didn't he read it himself so that he could learn that what he's saying was wrong? Oh my God. But okay. So yeah, that's pretty much, let me see how how much farther, and we'll see. Hold on. Let's see.
Up until this moment had political undertones, with talks of escaping the Matrix and being anti-modern Western culture. He never really talked about politics the same way Hassan or Tim Pool did. But he thought to himself, hey, people like it when I talk about whatever the hell I want, so why not talk about politics? And thus, the political Isolep phase of Gonzalo began. He talked about Ukraine, the United States, and the particular virus that shall not be named. All sorts of yap and conspiracy theories that I wouldn't even include in here, as most of it is just boring, to be honest. And in hindsight, it's just so ridiculous how this guy talked about how we should all flee the West while moving to Ukraine of all places. I don't think he could have been any more wrong if he tried. And of course,
And in that, I do have to agree with this fellow right here. You know what? I cannot be that mad at him. I like his editing, the way he edited his video. His take on why Gonzalo Lira nuked his channel is completely wrong. He had the documentation right there, the Ukrainian divorce paperwork, and he didn't read it. That is disappointing. But in this, I do have to agree, and I'm grateful that he is voicing that right there. Gonzalo Lira against the West. Yeah, he sounds like Hassan Piker if you think about it. Hassan Piker, I hate that guy. I don't watch that guy because he gets on my nerves. He's claiming that Russia or China are better than the United States. Man, what the fuck that guy, man. Seriously, fuck Hassan Piker. That guy pisses me off. And, you know, I'm glad that this guy, at least he's recognizing that.
we have to address the elephant in the room. February 2022 marked the beginning of Russia's military operation in Ukraine. As thousands of expats and Ukrainians fled the country, including Gonzalo's ex-wife and children, where do you think he decided to go? Did he hop on a plane and leave as soon as possible? After all, he had the resources to do so, and more than enough time to prepare something in advance. Well, of course he didn't, because if he had, then I wouldn't even be making this video about him. Yeah, the American Chilean with dual citizenship, whose family had already fled the country, for some reason decided to remain in Ukraine during the Russian invasion. Even in retrospect, I have zero clue why the fuck he did this. I'm stumped, guys, I'll admit it. At this point
Yes. And see, right there, trying to find the reason why he decided to stay. That's why I came to the conclusion that led me to make that video about the legacy of Gonzalo Lira. It was his father, the way he bullied the fuck out of Gonzalo, the reason why he decided to stay. Because, you know, he wanted to prove himself as a big man taking on a bigger opponent, you know, oh, you don't bully me, all that stuff. And that was the reason why he ended up staying. That is at least my opinion. I agree with this guy when he says that why didn't he fled to other countries? He tried to flee to Hungary when it was already too late. He should have gone to Hungary. But also you have to keep in mind, I believe that the reason why he decided to stay is because since he was staying in Ukraine, he had more, he had more credentials to be able to speak all his lies and have people believe that what he was saying was true. Oh, what I'm saying is true because I'm right here. What is happening in Ukraine? I mean, come on. How stupid can you be? So yeah, I believe it was number one, because his father bullied the shit out of him. And number two, because in that way, by being in Ukraine, talking about the war, he was going to get more credit. And therefore, more people were going to listen to him. That's one of that's some of the reasons why I believe he decided to stay. But I understand this guy. He's not a big fan of politics. He calls them boring. I understand why he didn't get that. But okay, let's keep watching. It's 6 minutes 19 seconds. Let's see.
his life, YouTube cloud
Oh wait, hold on. Let me pause it for a second. I think I'm getting some chats. Let me see what it says. He deleted his channel, claiming that the YouTube CEO was against red pill content and had demonetized it. He deleted everything in revenge to YouTube, so YouTube wouldn't make money from ads in his videos. That is a good point. That is a valid point. Yes, I do. I can agree with that. Gonzalo was too stupid to understand that even if your videos are demonetized, you can still make like small snippets and then direct people to your Patreon page so that they can watch the full video. This is another indication that the guy wasn't that smart when it came to business, right? I mean, my God, this, yeah, that's another proof that the guy was not a good businessman. There you go. So, okay, let's keep going one more time.
Went to his head. I'm 100% convinced that if he never even made a YouTube channel, he would have left with his kids and gone back to Western Europe or the United States or wherever the hell. But instead, here he was vlogging in Ukraine at one of the worst.
I have to stop right there. Let me see 1 second. What did he say right there?
Totally went to his head. I'm 100% convinced that if he never even made a YouTube channel, he would have left with his kids and gone back to Western Europe or the United States.
Oh, like he wouldn't go back to the United States, that he said? That I don't think that would have been the case, because he claims that he hated the United States. But not only that, I believe that he went to Ukraine because Ukraine was such a corrupt country that he could just bribe any authorities that might try to arrest him for committing online fraud. That's another reason why I believe he went to Ukraine, not because he wanted to stay with his kids. Since he abandoned them 3 months after getting there, I don't think his family was the reason why he was staying there. I believe he was staying in Ukraine because he could commit fraud and then get away with it, because the Ukrainian authorities were easy to be bribed, and therefore he will get away with crime. That's what I believe. So another thing that you have to keep in mind, Gonzalo Lira was accused of attempted rape in Chile. He was being he was being investigated. That you can find right there on the same documentation that you, my good sir, did not bother to read. Let me see. Let me control F. Let me see. Chile. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Republic of Chile. Plenty Chile in the same 2017. Okay, let me see. And Chile. During his residence in Chile, there was also right here. During his residence in Chile, there was also a case when the defendant severely beat his minor nephew who has autism. Let's see. There's another one. Oh, right there. It's on top. Look, his wife right there. During the defendant's arrival, his aggressive behavior and imbalance leads to moral and physical violence against the plaintiff, which is his ex-wife, and children. Already after the marriage, she learned that the defendant, Gonzalo, had problems with the law, a criminal case for attempted, and there's the word right there. So, yes, my good sir, Gonzalo Lira was a piece of shit. Breaking news, right? Okay. So yeah. I don't think he wanted to come back to the West because he had way too many skeletons in the closet. I believe that he visited New York a couple of months before the war started, but for him to stay in in the West, it was too hard already for him. That's my belief. I might be wrong, but I wouldn't fear betting money on that. But it's too late to find out. But oh well, let's keep going.
Or wherever the hell. But instead, here he was vlogging in Ukraine at one of the worst moments for him to even be in the country. And despite how he made it seem, he could have just left. But at this point, Gonzalo was hellbent on showing the world what lengths he would go to just to get internet fame. At this point in 2022, he was driven by nothing but his own ego and arrogance. And you might think I'm being too harsh in my criticisms, but you're about to find out why I'm saying all of this. Remember how I said he began making political content? Well, during this time in Ukraine, when the country just got invaded, he decided it was time to start making videos criticizing the Ukrainian government.
You what?
Now bots, Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus, and all these other Slavic countries are some of the most authoritarian in Europe, where if you criticize the governments, bad things are gonna happen to you. you. Coach Red Pill wasn't a dumb guy, and he definitely knew this. But at this point, he just didn't care anymore, I guess. He made video after video after video talking shit about the Ukrainian government. All the while, the Ukrainian Special Police, known as the SBU, had Gonzalo in their sights. They weren't about to let some YouTuber undermine their war effort, and with all the heat he put on himself, eventually he got in serious trouble. Sometime in April of 2022, Gonzalo was held at gunpoint and later arrested by the SBU. News of his arrest went viral online, and he went missing for months. He had lost access to his Gonzalo Lira account from which he was posting his political.
Right there. Another mistake that this fellow made. Gonzalo Lira was arrested twice. The first time that he only lasted 1 week without being because he lasted 1 week being disappeared. During that time, they gave him a warning. They gave him a warning to stop spreading misinformation and Russian propaganda. And now this is important. A lot of people keep forgetting this, but that wasn't just the SBU focusing on one individual. No, there were hundreds of Russian sympathizers in Ukraine who were helping Russia, and many of those people were arrested. And if they didn't have criminal background, they were sent back to their homes for house arrest, which is what happened to Gonzalo Lira. After he was arrested the first time, he was sent back home for house arrest. He wasn't allowed to leave the city, but he continued breaking the law. In Russia, not in Russia, in Ukraine, they have this criminal system. They have this system where they expect citizens to regulate themselves. They get a warning and they're told, hey, if you keep doing it, it's going to get worse to you. It's common sense. You better stop. But Gonzalo Lira didn't have common sense. And the guy continued. Not only that, but he believed that he was untouchable because he was internet famous. That's why he made that final video where he was telling the people about his plan of crossing the border with Hungary and fleeing over there, because he was making one last attempt to have people advocate for him in case that he went missing. Which I'm gonna give you a quick. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna tell you something that I was going to wait until tomorrow on the mainstream. He was right. After he was arrested, many of his followers sent letters and emails to the State Department. They got overflowed, and Gonzalo Lira was going to be released. The State Department were working on a release process for Gonzalo Lira days before he died. So if Gonzalo Lira would have stayed alive a couple of weeks more, he could have been released and brought back to America. But Gonzalo Lira passed away because of his own fault, not because he was tortured, but because the guy was in such a bad shape that he couldn't survive one winter in a Ukrainian prison. That is the truth. I'm going to show more of that tomorrow on the big stream event. Tomorrow, 3 p.m. Standard Pacific time. I'm going to be streaming and debunking a video that Mad About the Internet made last year in Halloween. Okay, so if you guys watch this video before tomorrow, join, and hopefully we'll see you there. But okay, so yeah, let's finish watching this video. It's only 4 more minutes and that's it, okay? Wait, 4 more minutes for this video, and then I'll jump really fast to one last video that I want to debunk. Just a little bit of that last video, and then I'll end this practice stream. This was a practice stream. I wanted to get the lights ready, the microphone ready, and then get a feel to it. This is the very first time when I'm going to be streaming and try not to delete the stream. The first 2 times that I tried, it was horrible. So I deleted the streams. So this time, for real, I'm not going to delete it, and I'm going to power through 4 more minutes of this video, then maybe 3 or 5 more minutes of the next video, and then we'll end up the stream. Okay. So okay, let's finish this up.
The war in Ukraine, but besides that, he was released from Ukrainian custody without a scratch. While he's been crashing out this whole time, this next mistake he would make proved to be fatal. By his own admission, after being released by the SBU, the message from the Ukrainian secret police was clear. They wanted him to leave the country. He stayed and kept making videos. And while some of his criticisms of the Ukrainian government could be seen as justifiable, why take this level of risk? Whenever he was on someone else's channel talking about the war and was asked, why are you still there? He'd always just ignore the question or just say something like, I live here, I'm stuck here. But both of those answers were just ridiculous. The real answer was ego. He thought he could remain in Ukraine, say whatever he wanted to about the Ukrainian government during a time of war, and that he was basically untouchable. Now granted, to me, all of his videos about the war were basically harmless. However, I could see why Ukrainians may have found what he was saying to be problematic. After all, he was accusing the Ukrainian government of being an American puppet that was partaking in a proxy war, which is a very serious accusation to be making, especially at the time. But at the end of the day, he was just an old man on YouTube chasing clout. He wasn't a Russian propagandist, he wasn't sharing Ukrainian troop movement.
Okay. See, I have to stop it right there. That's another thing that right there is the reason why I decided to make this stream, debunking this channel, this video from this channel right there, because how are you going to say that Gonzalo Lira was not a propagandist? My dude, he had ties with RT News since 2011. He's been a Russian Today contributor since 2011. That is another thing that I cannot stand about these new videos. They don't do the research. They don't do the work. This video right here got like over 1,000 views, and it's not even well researched. My God, 1,200 views. God, and it's full of inaccuracies. It's so frustrating. Oh my God. I don't think I can survive as a streamer, because if I do this every video, you're right, my good sir, Mr. Virgilio Tarot. I apologize if I mispronunciate your name. Yeah, he wanted to die a martyr. Unfortunately, he was seeing himself as a martyr from the start. I do believe that too. I don't think he wanted to die, because he tried to escape, but hey, that's how stupid the guy was. You don't want to die, but you don't want to leave the war-torn country. What the fuck is wrong with you, right? That's the problem with him. He okay. So yes, Gonzalo Lira had been a Russian Today contributor since 2011. Russian Today, if you Google RT News, you will find out that RT News was cut off from the mainstream networks, because they were pushing Russian propaganda. So if you're a contributor for a Russian propaganda channel, that turns you into a propagandist. So my good sir, what you say right here on minute 850 something about Gonzalo Lira not being a propagandist, that is wrong. That is lazy research. I don't think you did research, sir. But hey, like I say, I don't completely hate your video, but you had a lot of things incorrect, and that's it. I'm done with this video. Let's jump to the next one, because, oh my God, I don't think I'm going to survive being a streamer if this is what it takes to debunk YouTube Gonzalo Lira channels videos. Okay. On this video right here, U.S. citizen claimed torture before dying in Ukraine. Gonzalo Lira, guys, Gonzalo Lira didn't die out of torture. The guy had a heart condition. He had a heart condition, and on top of that, the whole year 2022 to 2023, the guy was smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. If you do research to find out what does smoking does to your lungs, to your heart, you will find out that if you have a heart condition, if you smoke, you're getting closer to death. And a lot of channels, a lot of videos that paint Gonzalo Lira as a martyr, they never bother to mention that fact that Gonzalo Lira had a heart condition, and on top of that, for the full year, the first full year of the war, he was smoking 1 pack of cigarettes a day. And not only that, check this out. On April of 2023, he got these. Hold on. He got these ones right here. Look at that. I'm loving these fat guys. I'm at 1 a day. Break out a fresh one in the morning with my coffee. Then it's off as the day winds down and the pack is running low. The perfect way to peace myself. Oh my God! Right there. The guy was smoking 40 cigarette packs on his last days as a free man with a heart condition. If you're gonna tell me that this guy was tortured to death, that torture must have lasted like maybe 30 minutes because his heart wouldn't be able to put up with some solid waterboarding or whatever they use over there in Ukraine and Russia to torture people. No. The first day when he claims that he was being tortured, and then he filmed that video claiming that he was going to try to escape to Hungary. If he would have been tortured, if those allegations that he made were true, he would have died the first time in prison. That's one thing that blows my mind, that people don't get that simple fact. My God. But okay. So yes, as I mentioned, this guy was not tortured. He died because he was stupid. He had a heart condition and smoked 1 pack of cigarettes a day. Now, the one thing that I want to debunk about this video right here, the U.S. Citizen claimed torture before dying in Ukraine, Gonzalo Lira. The only one thing that I want to talk about is back here, right here. Oh my God. Oh my God. What the fuck? Listen to what this guy says. Hold on. Let me see.
It also outlines other journalists suffering from harassment, and even more terrifyingly, different politicians within Ukraine suffering detention and being jailed for supposed pro-Russian activities. So in conclusion, guys, thank you for watching this. Sequestro, as I believe how you pronounce this film, was one of the films that Gonzalo Lira was involved in making.
My God, my dude, what the fuck? See, this is why I didn't even bother to watch this video, the whole from the beginning, because everything that he was saying was completely wrong. Gonzalo Lira was not tortured in jail. If he got into some problems with other convicts, that's on him, because he went in with a heavy smoking addiction and with no money to buy cigarettes. By the way, you cannot buy cigarettes inside of the Ukrainian prisons. That is a fact. I can show tomorrow on the big screen where I found that issue, that fact right there. But so this guy in this video right here, 100% everything that he said was wrong. And this right here is how I can tell you that this guy also very lazy research, because that is not the poster of the movie Gonzalo Lira made. My God, look at this, what it says right there. It says, let me see if I can get my... Put it right here for a moment. You see right there on the bottom, it says Verano 2016. Verano is Spanish for summer. Summer 2016. Now, if you take a look at the poster, you take a look at so down here it says Verano 2016, Summer 2016. Yes, this movie is called Secuestro, but you don't see Gonzalo Lira's name anywhere here. Nowhere. Right? Now, let me show you the real Gonzalo Lira movie that he directed. This is the movie, Secuestro. Let me see if I can, let's see. No, I cannot zoom in, but yeah. If we were able to zoom in, you will see Gonzalo Lira everywhere, his name everywhere. And guess what? This movie was released on April 2017. You see right there the year 2005. 2005. What does the other movie says? Verano 2016. This movie was Gonzalo Lira's movie was released on April 2005. So how are you going to believe this guy's claims that Gonzalo Lira was tortured when he cannot even get the movie poster right? Yeah. Every time I watch this type of videos, this type of lazy research, poorly researched videos, it makes me want to jump out of the window. I don't do it because I'm on a ground level house, so it wouldn't hurt me. It wouldn't kill me if I jump out of the window, but it makes me want to off myself because the stuff is just absurd. People don't do their work when they put up these videos. God damn it. I'm sorry. I'm crashing out. I apologize. My God, you see, it's good that I'm doing this right now because I can pace myself and I can stop myself from crashing like this. I can just say, you know what, take it easy. This is not how people stream. At least I don't know if this is how people stream. But anyway, this is all I wanted to talk about this video in particular. Fortunately, this video didn't have that many views, only 113 views. But as you can notice, the reason why this video didn't get that many views, in my opinion, is because he did the same mistake that I did on my first videos. The same mistake that I made in a lot of my videos, where he puts videos and lets them run without him talking about them or commenting on any of them. He just plays the videos. And that's what I used to do. And I believe that's why a lot of my videos didn't have a lot of views, because people will get tired of just watching a video that they didn't click on watching, right? They wanted to hear opinions. They wanted to hear information. But yeah, I believe that's the reason why this video didn't get that many views. But it's shameful, the poor research that this guy made. Oh my God, he couldn't even get the poster right. But oh well. So yeah, that was it pretty much. Let me see. Hold on. Let me read the okay. He chain smoked like he wanted to die. Yeah, pretty much. You got that right, 100%. The guy. What the? He was just. How you gonna smoke a pack of cigarettes when you know you have a heart condition? It's beyond stupid. That doesn't make sense. But oh well. So let's see how long it's been. 1 minute. No, I'm sorry. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Wow. Okay. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 27th, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm gonna jump in and do a big debunking of this video right here. Let me see if I can find it. Mad about the internet. Hold on. Dumbest, I'm not pacing. Gonzalo Lira on the run. Blah 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 blah. Go trade P. Mad at the internet. Yes. So tomorrow I'm gonna be debunking this video right here. Let me see. Hold on. mad at the internet. I made a promise that I was going to debunk this video. I'm sorry. I made a promise that I was going to debunk this video, and I posted my comment down here. Look, it says, dude, I don't believe for a second that you did research on Gonzalo Lira. I'm thinking of making a video debunking the stuff you have grown in this stream. You did. Shame. And I put a thumbs down. And yeah, I did put a thumbs down. You know what? As a peace offering, I'm gonna take off my thumbs down. There. Tomorrow I'm going to debunk this video. At least the first half of the video is full of inaccuracies. The second half is more more up to date, and I believe he got a couple of things wrong. He claims that his first videos were the first Coach Red Pill videos were done in 2013. I think that's what he said, which is completely inaccurate. As I just pointed out earlier, he started his videos in 2017. So he got that wrong on the second half of the video. On the first half of the video, I'm going to be using AI to debunk everything that he's saying, and I'm going to show you guys how I used AI to do the research for Gonzalo Lira. So yeah, as I pointed out, I was going to debunk this video, and it says I got some comments. I checked your channel and I don't see it. Are you uploading soon? Oh, see. I feel bad because I didn't reply to this fellow right here. He got six thumbs up. Turns out there was no debunk. The good old days, 91, 93. Yeah, you got me there. You got me there. I never went around to debunk that video because it's too long. The stream lasted 3 hours. Look, 3 hours, 17, 3 hours. Yeah. So I was debating how to approach this because I didn't want to make a video, a 4-hour debunking video for a 3-hour stream. Nobody was going to watch that, right? So it took me this long to come around and finally take advantage that I have the house for myself today, this weekend, and that I won't be interrupted on the stream, and I can sit down and go at it. So tomorrow I'll be debunking this video. I'm sorry it took me so long. I put on his comments. It took me more than a year, but I'm finally getting to do it. Tomorrow, Saturday, December 27th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be debunking this video in real time. Well, only the first half. Not everything is incorrect. Just the first half requires minute-by-minute correction. So yeah. So this is it. You guys, thank you for watching. Thank you, Mr. Virgilio Tarot. A very nice name. I apologize if I am destroying it with my accent, full length mouth, whatever. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. So yeah, come back tomorrow and we'll see how it goes. Today I think it was okay. I only crashed a little bit. I'll try to restrain myself tomorrow and do a better job at debunking videos. Okay, so thanks again for watching. This was a good experience, my first time streaming, and thanks again for your patience. We'll see you guys tomorrow.